You're about to enjoy a very pleasant and beneficial experience. Be certain that you will not be disturbed. Remove any apparel that will interfere with your physical comfort in any way. Stretch out into a nice, comfortable position. Any position that's comfortable for you. Now take in a long, deep breath, all the way in. And as you exhale slowly, let go, let go, let go. Close your eyes and keep them closed until I ask you to open them again. Now take in a second and even deeper breath. All the air that your lungs can hold. Exhale slowly. Let go, let go, let go, let go. One more long deep breath. And exhale slowly. Let go, let go, let go. Now I want you to mentally picture or imagine that you're looking at the muscles and the tips of your toes on your left foot. In your imagination, follow those muscles as they move back into the ball of the foot, back into the arch, and all the way back into the heel. Now turn all those muscles loose and let them grow limp and lazy, just like a handful of loose rubber bands. Now as the muscles begin to relax, let your mind relax. Drift off to pleasant scenes in your imagination. Let the relaxation move on up into the ankle now. From the ankle all the way up to the left knee. The calf muscles begin to grow loose, 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 and limp, 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 and heavy, 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 and so relaxed. All of your tensions are fading away. You're relaxing more with each easy breath that you take. Begin breathing more deeply now, just as you breathe each night when you are deep and sound in slumber. Just imagine that you can see your breath as a white mist coming from your nostrils. Each and every time that you exhale this white mist, you're freeing yourself of tension and going further, further into drowsy relaxation. Now from the knee, all the way up to the left hip. The long thigh muscles are turning loose, easing off, and just relaxing now. As those muscles relax, just let go a little more, and gently, calmly, easily, drift on over into a pleasant state of easy relaxation. Now let the wave of relaxation that started from the toes of your left foot just a few seconds ago, let it move over into the toes of your right foot and begin moving back into the ball of the foot, back into the arch, and all the way back to the heel. Turn all those muscles loose and go further and further into relaxation. Into the ankle, the muscles let go. From the ankle, all the way up to the right knee. The calf muscles are turning loose and letting go. You're relaxing more with each easy breath that you take. With every sound that you hear, each sound around you carries you further, further, and sounder in sleep. From the knee all the way up to the right hip. The long thigh muscles grow limp, 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 and lazy, 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 lazy. Now as the muscles relax, just go all the way down, further and further, in drowsy slumber. Turn them all loose and go further in sleep. Now the wave of relaxation moves on up into the stomach, now into the solar plexus, the center of nervous energy. Each muscle and nerve lets loose. The tension's relaxing. You're drifting down, further and further in sleep. Down, further in slumber. Up through the ribs, the muscles relax. Into the broad muscles of the chest. The muscles of the chest grow limp and loose, 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 heavy, 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 heavy. And so, relaxed, relaxed, relaxed. All of your tensions are fading away. You're relaxing more with every easy beat of your heart and going further into drowsy slumber. Into the neck, the muscles let go. All around the neck, the muscles relax, just like they relax each night when you are deep and sound in sleep. Turn them all loose and go further and further in slumber. Now let the relaxation start down your back, from the base of the skull to the base of the spine. Each muscle and nerve along the spine lets loose. The tension's relaxing. You're drifting down, further and further in sleep. Down, further and further in drowsy slumber. And the wave of relaxation spreads out into the broad muscles of the back, all across the small of the back, all across the back of the shoulders. Turn loose every muscle and every nerve as you go further and further in sleep. Into the shoulders, the muscles let go, let go, let go, let go. From the shoulders down to the elbows of both arms. The upper arm muscles are turning loose, easing off, and just relaxing. Now from the elbows down to the wrist of both arms, the forearm muscles grow limp and lazy. From the wrist to the fingertips of both hands, each muscle and nerve lets loose. The tension's relaxing as you drift down, further and further in sleep. Into the jaw muscles, the muscles let loose, teeth not quite touching. All around the mouth, the muscles let go. Up through the nose, each nerve gives way. All around the eyes, the muscles are heavy, so relaxed. Even your eyebrows are relaxing. Across the forehead, the muscles smooth out. Across the top of the scalp, down the back of the neck, down through the temple, back around the ears. All the muscles are loose, 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 and lazy, lazy, lazy. Just like a handful of loose rubber bands. And you might feel now a pleasant tingling sensation in the tips of your toes or in your fingertips. A pleasant tingling sensation growing stronger and stronger. Now as your entire body is being bathed in the pleasant glow of complete and utter relaxation. Now, you are completely relaxed. Each muscle and nerve in your body is loose and limp and relaxed, and you feel good. Each time you use this method for easy relaxation, you relax more quickly and more deeply and more easily. Relaxation is a skill you're easily developing with practice. As you continue to relax, you realize all of us have hang-ups or reactions in some area, which we carry with us from childhood. If we are severely challenged, often with a threat to our very lives, we develop a deep and unreasonable pattern of reaction, so that when we're threatened, even years later, we will again react in the same manner as we did when we were first threatened. We realize, even as adults, we can be sensitized to certain threats. Here is an example of common childhood pattern setting. If an infant is not fed immediately, as far as he is concerned, there is no tomorrow. You cannot tell a small baby to be patient, or tell him that a 2-hour or even a 2-day delay in getting food doesn't necessarily mean disaster. The child believes that if he does not eat right now, there will be no tomorrow. You as an adult can agree that you can go 40 days without food. You may not like it, but you know that it's possible. An infant does not know this, and he thinks to go without food is a form of rejection. Even the newborn needs acceptance, almost more than food. If emotional development is prematurely arrested at the 1, 2, or 3-year-old level, this person, like all other 2-year-olds throughout the world, is left with an intense fearfulness for his life and has the same protective reactions. Suppose that as a child, you repeatedly hear something that threatens your very physical or emotional existence. You must form a defense. Emotionally, you remain a 1, 2, or 3-year-old in this category for the rest of your life. And looking back, your reaction to it can be very understandable. The following is a list of typical, covertly threatening admonishments that are often directed at children. Eat this. You look like a living skeleton. If you don't eat all of your dinner, you will get weak and sick. Don't waste your food. Remember all the starving children in China. Finish your dinner, so you will grow up big and strong. You must not waste your food. It is good for you. Swallow the last bite. Be careful. Don't spill your milk. Let us look at just one of these typical statements. If you don't eat all of your dinner, you will get sick. What is the child really hearing? What is the real message? First, the most important, you are rejecting him. You don't like him as he is. He is displeasing to you. The second message is implied. If he eats, you will like him. There's no way a small child can make it by himself in this world. This is the worst thing that can happen to any child, to feel that he is rejected. The child gets this firmly fixed into the subconscious mind, and his defenses are prematurely and permanently formed. As a 3-year-old, his behavior is easily understood. I am rejected as I am. Obviously, if I eat, I will be liked. This has nothing to do with nutrition or hunger. For if the child were hungry, he would eat. He is in fact a normal, healthy, skinny kid who has satisfied his nutritional requirements. The admonishments merely cause the child to eat as a defense against the rejection he feels. While the symptoms of overeating and overweight can become a potentially lethal burden, the consequences of not eating are far worse than physical death or inconvenience. Not eating can mean being rejected as a person. In observing overweight people, it is soon clear that overeating occurs primarily in times of emotional stress or upset, times when these people feel rejected, unsatisfied, lonely, and unaccepted. Eating to satisfy these feelings as an adult makes no sense at all. However, it does make sense if we regard these people as being emotionally small children who have been conditioned to eat for acceptance. All this is a defense of the subconscious, an automatic conditioned response over which you have no control unless you make a conscious, continuous, concerted effort. However, a man is a rational creature, and he likes to have reasons for his actions. And so you make up excuses for your overeating, excuses to explain your actions to yourself as much as to others. You say, "This leftover food will only go to waste. There isn't enough to save. I've been working so hard. I deserve this. I don't eat as much as Jane does. This doesn't have many calories. Mary went to so much trouble to bake this cake. It wouldn't be polite not to eat it. Only when the underlying hang-up has been exposed can you recognize the excuses for what they are and cease to employ them. If the basis for overeating has been established early in life, why do some people have no problem with overweight during the first 30 or 40 years of their lives, and then suddenly find themselves with 20, 30, or 40 extra pounds? If the hang-up is relatively less severe, one may effectively suppress the reaction until such time as the accumulation of stresses becomes so great one is no longer in control. Conversely, the decrease of stress may trigger loss of control. If at the same time a decrease in one's activities also results in a decrease of acceptance from outside sources. You can break the overeating pattern if you recognize it for what it is, an emotional hang-up. You can again learn to eat only when your stomach tells you that you need nutrition. Today, I'm proposing that you let yourself see yourself in perspective. See yourself as others might see you, or as you might be seen in history. When you're away from yourself, even for a few moments, you begin to see yourself in an entirely different light. Temporarily, if you separate yourself in time, as well as in physical distance, you can see yourself not only as you are at the moment, but as you were yesterday, or even as far back as birth. It's quite possible for you to see yourself into the future. You're capable of doing this. It's a safe procedure. It is possible because your subconscious mind calculates time and distance differently from the conscious mind. In the conscious mind, everything is very concrete. The minutes progress in orderly fashion to form hours and days, weeks and years. The subconscious mind works very differently. You live in the present. But if you are suddenly greatly stressed, you call forth experiences from the past. Your defenses and reactions are identical to those that you had under similar stresses last year, 5 years ago, or 55 years ago. In other words, in the subconscious mind, your frame of reference is entirely different. You can be in the present, but if something provokes or excites you in a fraction of a second, you can revert to childish or infantile behavior and relive an incident with all the sound, fury, and emotion you had the first time you experienced it. Your attitude and defenses remain almost unchangeable, and they interact with the environment in very much the same way throughout your life. From this vantage point, you can see yourself in perspective, from birth to present. In this position, you're now able to influence your own destiny by reprogramming and upgrading your attitudes and defenses. You let yourself change wherever you see the need for growth and maturity, so all your reactions may come up to your expectations as you relinquish your childish hang-ups. Hear yourself encouraging your whole being to accept yourself and approve of what you do. Especially see yourself reinforcing the normal eating patterns, to eat only when you're hungry, to see that your appetite is easily satisfied. Picture yourself enjoying food immensely, but only in the quantities you need to fulfill normal psychological requirements. See yourself overcoming the temptation to eat any extra food. As you observe yourself, it becomes easier and easier to pass up unneeded food and drink. Especially note carefully how you need to seek approval from everyone else is disappearing so quickly and progressively. More and more, you are approving of what you do. You're accepting the suggestion that you eat only when you truly need food, and that you're satisfied with basic nutrition. See yourself being increasingly happy with your eating patterns and showing approval of what you do. Now all these ideas and suggestions are making a deep and permanent and lasting impression upon your perfect subconscious mind, and all these ideas are becoming your reality. Now in just a moment, I'm going to count from 1 up to 5. And on the count of 5, you can return to your full awareness, bringing with you all those pleasant, comfortable feelings. If you're listening to my voice and you'd like to drift off to sleep, you can just begin ignoring me now. But if it's time to return to your full awareness, you can do so on the count of 5. 1. Slowly, calmly, easily and gently, you're returning to your full awareness once again. You're now changing your attitudes about yourself and about your eating habits. 2. Every muscle and nerve in your body is loose and limp and relaxed. You feel wonderfully good. You believe in yourself. You're feeling confident about your decision to lose weight. 3. Feeling perfect in every way. Physically perfect, mentally perfect, emotionally calm and serene. You're no longer allowing yourself to be affected by the thinking and attitudes of a small child. On number 4, you begin to realize something's different. Something's changed. You've changed. You've been in hypnosis. You now start to wonder how much time has actually passed from the time you first sat down in that chair and closed your eyes. Now your eyes are becoming sparkling clear, just like they're bathed in cold, cold spring water. On the next number I count, or when you get ready, you can open those eyes and come back and see how good you feel. Now on number 5, or when you get ready, you can open those eyes and come back and to see how wonderfully, wonderfully good you feel.